In 1976, Canadian singer-songwriter Bruce Cockburn released his seventh studio album, In the Falling Dark, and from it, the opener, Lord of the Starfields. Variations in D minor, some like suspended thirds, and then like open strings.
Lord of the Starfields, Ancient of Days.
Sort of like Gordon Lightfoot ish in the somewhat in his vocal tone and in the melody, very much so.
Universe Maker.
Okay, I can tell that he's not Lightfoot by that. As I listen more to like the vowels, the way he enunciates and such, but very much the melody. If listened to from afar, it's like earlier today when I was playing this for a minute, I thought, is this really Cogburn or is it Gordon Lightfoot?
Here's a song in your praise. Wings of the storm cloud, beginning and end.
I wonder if he's maybe kind of influenced by Lightfoot on this particular track, like the vocals. There's something. It's almost like each line kind of like begins kind of with that certain vocal tone, but then by the time the line resolves, you can tell. Oh no, no, we're listening to someone else here. Okay, let's see where the lyrics are going. Lord of the Starfields, Ancient of Days, Universe Maker, here's a song in your praise.
You make my heart leap like a banner in the wind. Oh, love that fires the sun, keep me burning.
What makes this song so compelling is the harmonic exploration of that D minor chord.
Oh, love that fires the sun, keep me burning.
Kind of a campfire vibe to this, really like sumptuous, plucked acoustic, and like hand percussion going on. Yeah, Cockburn responsible for guitar, and let's see, percussion Bill Usher. Um, huh. Looks like acoustic bass. That's interesting. Yeah, I knew that there was something kind of that I hadn't quite pinpointed yet that was giving it a one that's I have not seen very many of those. Um, I remember that. Yeah, that I remember the acoustic bass really standing out to me visually in that video by Los Lobos to their cover of La Bamba. What they're at the end, they're all playing acoustic. They're having like this acoustic jam, and one of the guys is playing this big acoustic guitar that I can tell only has four strings on. And I think that's like the only time I've seen one of those. I'm just googling that now. I don't think I've ever seen one in a shop. Yeah, yeah. I love that. Usually when people like opt for like a non-electric bass, they just use an old stand-up bass. But this, of course, gives you a very unique type bass sound because it actually has like the frets, but it's like a hollow body wooden instrument.
Lord of the Starfield.
Oh, this change right here, this key change is what makes the song so compelling. Yeah, a D minor to like C.
Sower of life.
A minor to B.
heaven and earth are full of your light.
And that time, he instead of going to B, he goes to B flat. Yeah, some unpredictable. It's like the fourth chord he chooses is kind of unpredictable each time, and there's some openness too. Like an A, the A minor I think has a 7 in it. I think I was hearing a G in it.
Voice of the Nova, smile of the dew.
Let's see. Let's catch up with the lyrics. Wings of the storm cloud, beginning and end. You make my heart leap like a banner in the wind. Huh. So, I guess these are metaphors for a romantic a situation. Oh, love that fires the sun, keep me burning. Lord of the star fields, sower of life, heaven and earth are full of your light. Or maybe not a romance, maybe just man's appreciation for nature, love for nature, love for his surroundings. Voice of the nova, smile on the dew, all of our yearning only comes home to you. Yeah, I believe this. Yeah, seems to be about love for nature, love for the sky, love for the elements beyond. Yeah. Oh, love that fires the sun, keep me burning. Yeah, appreciation for the solar system. Yeah, that we are in, and how the planet alignments and how our proximity to the sun makes water-based life on Earth possible.
All of our yearning only comes home to you. Oh, love that fires the sun, keep me burning. Oh, love that fires the sun, keep me burning.
Okay, who is are we hearing on harmonies here? I'm not sure if that's mentioned. Oh, I'll maybe find it. I'm hearing a female voice.
Oh, love that fires the sun, keep me burning.
This seems to have been quite an ambitious album with quite a lot of the original vinyl seems to have been packaged with a lot of insert. There's like about 12 different scans on the Discogs entry. Yeah, let's see. The album is considered a watershed moment in Cogburn's recording career as he leaves behind the minimal acoustic arrangements of his earlier albums, presenting a fuller band sound. Yeah, yeah, that's quite apparent from the track we just heard. Okay, a pretty skimpy entry nonetheless, but well, a lot of players. I guess we basically heard 4 people on the track that we just listened to for a very different taste of where he was going. Let's hear the track Gift Bearer. Hear that kalimba? A lot of notes going on, a pretty dense sound already. Kind of like it kind of has like a waterfall type quality to it. Like lots of water, lots of like diamond sparkles of different, drops of water, or just that cymbal spray, that controlled cymbal spray. We got all that little acoustic guitar filigree. All basically in a single key. A. Fred Stone on trumpet. Yeah. Let's see. Oh wow, he goes back a ways. Goes back to the early 1960s Toronto jazz scene, and this track also has Catherine Moses, who put out a couple of on flute. Yeah, she was a flutist, saxophonist, and band leader who put out 2 albums of her own during the late 19. Yeah, one the same year as this, a self-titled. Yeah, yeah. When I played this earlier today, I was a little bit surprised at just how kind of seemingly like artsy he was getting on this track. I knew that like later on, like during the '80s, he became more kind of like somewhat like studio kind of oriented, like artistic wizard, like let's just say I know that in the '80s he kind of moved somewhat more in like a Sting slash Peter Gabriel type direction. But I thought that his stuff, like say at least before 1979, was more kind of just in the traditional like '70s singer songwriter mold. Yeah, I wasn't expecting something quite like this as early as, or like like 5 years on from when I worked my way through this. It had slipped my mind that he went into this territory during the mid '70s. And before really anyone was doing this, at least any singer songwriters were doing this. I mean, way before, heck, before Peter Gabriel even put out his first solo album, let alone had started to move into territory similar to this, like on the Birdie soundtrack. The first thing that came to mind earlier today was that track on the Melting Face album, on side 2, Lead a Normal Life. Because I was just thinking of kind of that melody sound. I was thinking, because I thought I was hearing marimbas on this, but now I think I may be hearing a kalimba. Yeah, there wasn't really anyone doing music like this in 1976. It's kind of like almost like world music mixed with folk. In its own way, you could almost like maybe compare this somewhat to Oregon, except without the jazz element. Yeah. On second thought, no, maybe this could kind of be somewhat placed in the ECM area. Because of the trumpet and flute that. I guess I am hearing marimba. It doesn't specify. They just say percussion. Now that is quite a trumpet solo that we're hearing here. I love that tone. It's just slowly kind of rising, slowly taking over, getting more, reaching further and further, just flaring outward. That misty sound created by the cymbals. Very subtle melodic theme coming together through that mix of those kind of like wordless voices that are almost like blending into the overall just kind of like sonic, misty, waterfall type atmosphere. Because they were all just kind of going like, Now this time I think we're hearing stand-up bass. Oh, it says acoustic bass, but this sounds more like an actual stand-up bass. That cymbal rattle to the end, that trumpet that just kind of like emerges like smoke in the mist and then starts to just shine and illuminate, like colored smoke. And yeah, that kind of like, sparkly, kind of glowy kalimba, marimba sound all the way throughout. Kind of rubbery, kind of bass backdrop at times. Bruce Cogburn with Gift Bearer from his 1976 album In the Falling Dark. Yeah, being quite innovative for its time. On that track anyway. Yeah. Really breaking new ground. And trust me, I have heard 1,741 albums from 1976, and I've heard like more than 1,200 albums from 1975, more than 1,100 from 1974, more than like 1,600 from 1977. And there is not much, he is really ahead of his time on this track. Yeah, if I didn't know the date on this, I would have thought it was like either an 80s era kind of like tribal ambient ethno recording, or maybe perhaps, I guess, as the track progressed, maybe perhaps like an ECM recording, kind of like straddling the line between like like ambient ethno folk and, well, ECM type jazz. Yeah, very. And for a singer songwriter, a guy from kind of the more like the Gordon Lightfoot vein anyway, starting out in that area, and then yeah, real. Yeah, this guy really really expanded as an artist over the years, and really took chances, and to do instrumentals, to do like a really dense layered instrumental like this, bringing a lot of instruments, that in fact completely breaking the mold of like the singer songwriter, that like he's not just like a lyrics guy, like a bare boned confessional, poet set to um, yeah, anyway, yeah, Bruce Cogburn, one of Canada's national treasures, one of the most prolific artists of the 70s and 80s from that nation, from the Great White North. Yeah, two songs from the album, Gift Bearer, and before that, Lords of the Starfields from his 1976 release, In the Falling Dark. For more Rubies and Sapphires from Bruce Cogburn, and from, well, good, like maybe half dozen albums from his discography, see the directory of albums by Canadian artists linked in the description below. Like and subscribe and follow me on social media, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the two very different songs we just heard. The layers, like all the layers and density and unique arrangement of that second track, and what its influences may have been, if you have any ideas, and the arrangements, beauty, and lyrics of the first track, and what you think some of those verses may have been getting at. And until next time, this is Aragon, the world's most air-traveled Trimax most, signing off.